Hi, everyone. I just want to take a moment to just share something that's really special to me because people always ask, what motivates me, what got me going the last decade to just continue down this journey to financial independence. How did I keep keep working at it when there were so many challenges along the way. There were many times I wanted to quit the journey and just start living a normal life instead of, you know, saving all our money. I want to say, well, there's so many things I could be buying right now, and there's so many things I could have if I would just be willing to just spend some money. And you know what? At the back of my mind, I knew that this day would eventually come. I knew that eventually I would be able to lay a foundation not only for myself, but for my family. I think about my two kids, my daughter who's 8 and my son who's 5, and the life we could have together. And I also think about my wife and the future now we can have together. And there was always something that always motivates me. I just want to take a moment to just share that journey with you. Just go back in time a little bit and just share with you what always lights a fire in me when I reflect upon it. This is a photo album that I just have uh, on my desktop that I have quick access to anytime I'm feeling down or I'm feeling distracted or just need a boost. This is really special to me. I want to share this with you. When people find out that I retired at 37, one of the first things they think about is probably I probably come from a wealthy family. I probably inherited millions of dollars, and that's simply not true. I came from very humble beginnings. Quick backstory: I came to America when I was 4 years old. My parents were rice farmers in China, and this was China before the Industrial Revolution, before every city in China looks like New York City now. That this We lived in the country where there were dirt roads, no running water, no electricity, right? That you hand wash your clothes in the community uh, pond and all that stuff. Um, so I just want to share with you that the first picture is the three of us, my sister, my brother, and I. We're all 1 year apart, and this is our photo with our grandpa in the house that he actually built for his family. And we actually got an opportunity to stay there during the summer in 1997. I think about all his sacrifice to help us get to America. Him and his brother, my great uncle, they sacrificed a lot to get us over to America. And I think about how difficult it must have been for him to have his three grandkids leave his side in our formative years. Now, imagine you being a grandpa, having to say goodbye to your grandkids and not see them for the next 7 years. And that was the case. We came to America in 1990. We didn't get to see him again until 1997. I think about the middle picture is one of my favorites. It's just me, my brother, my sister. We're all 1 year apart. I think about what my parents had to sacrifice. They their fifth grade education. That was the most they ever had. When they came to America with three little kids. I was only 4 at the time. Brother was 3. My sister was 5. They worked minimum wage jobs, multiple minimum wage jobs actually, to get us where we are in life. They just ingrained in us the American spirit of opportunity and hard work. We came from nothing. You can see in the background, there's the mountains in the back. That's how remote we were. If you want to come to America, you got to cross those mountains. I think about where we began as a family and where we are now today. My parents, they sacrificed so much. They work 6 days a week, 10, 12 hours, depending if it's the weekend or not. I remember that my dad to try to save money. He will only have 1 week off a year, one paid week off a year, and he would actually go to other Chinese restaurants and ask people if they would like to hire him for just that 1 week, so he could actually make another paycheck. He would still take us, to a place for fun 1 day a year. But my dad and my mom, they worked constantly, so we had food on the table and we had clothes on our back. We didn't have the best of everything, but they made sure we had everything we needed. And, they always stressed education. They wanted us to live a better life. I remember my dad telling me that they knew the hand that they were dealt, that this was their life. They were only going to be minimum wage workers in Chinese restaurants. That it was not going to get better for them. It's not like in 5 years he's going to be a lawyer or a doctor, or in 10 years he's going to be, a white collar professional. That he knew based on his current skill sets and his background that this was it. But he was okay with that. Mom and dad were okay with that, but they told us, but it doesn't have to be our story. That if the three of us would focus on education and embrace the spirit of America and the spirit of hard work, of education, that we could be whatever we wanted. And they were so supportive of that. And that leads us to the third and final picture. This is on the day of my brother's wedding. We took this sibling photo, and my sister, I'm so proud of her. She is one of the most financially savvy people I know, and she's a nurse. And my brother, he is a dentist in Memphis, and I became a CPA. And all of us are so thankful for the life we've been blessed with. We thank God every day for each other and for the families that we've been given. We're just so thankful for our parents and their sacrifice, for our grandparents and their sacrifice. So what I want to share with you is that if you want to stay motivated, if you want to achieve something big, you don't have to start at, with $1 million or $1,000 or $100,000, whatever. You don't have to start at the top. You can start at the very beginning like I did. Through focus, through being motivated and hungry for something better, you can push yourself forward. It's not going to happen overnight. It took me a decade to achieve this. Keep that in mind. And there were many times I wanted to quit. I wanted to buy that sports car. I still want to buy a sports car. Lord willing, that next year will be that time I finally purchase my sports car. But what I'm saying is you have to have a fire within yourself, a drive that says, I want something more for myself. I want something more for my family. I want something better for myself. And let that motivate you, drive you during your darkest times. Now create your own photo album and let that inspire you. You know, glance at it, look at it, and remind yourself of where you were before, where you are today, and where you're going tomorrow. I wish you the very best in your journey to financial freedom.